Hey all, Chris from Cleaning wins the final course once again. Massive thanks to those that support the channel and continue to like, share, subscribe and interact with us. I did a video the other day which is basically based on sort of value versus price, and I got a number of emails and interactions via social media, etc. Trying to ultimately trying to put the meat on the bones, if you like, of what I talked about in that video. And I get the feeling that there's a lot of people out there that want to sort of raise the prices, etc. And the worry is that the customer is going to, perhaps get rid of them because they're charging too much. At least in the customer's mind. That very sadly is a price you pay for running your own business, to be honest with you. You are going to get let go by customers, and there's nothing wrong with that, so long as ultimately you are you can ultimately find customers that find the value in what you have to offer. Now, we talked about price and we talked about value. Okay, price is what you pay for an item, value is a result of what you pay. Okay, now I've seen it at the minute with COVID-19 a lot of the times where customers are being let down by contractors quite a lot, and the reason for that is likely because we've got so many people willing to spend money because they've not been going away because of the pandemic, etc. And you've got a situation where pretty much contractors can pretty much just charge what they want to charge to get a job done. I like to see this as it's almost like a target-rich environment for customers, okay? Because customers, might have been let down 3 or 4 times before they've got to you, or they might have booked a contractor in for a job, a time-sensitive task, what have you, and then been let down last minute, etc. So the customers that you want are the ones that are prepared to pay a premium for the additional value and of your reliability. So if you are ultimately, if you are a really reliable contractor, okay, you're going to win more jobs, okay, and people are more likely to be prepared to pay a premium for that reliability. Window cleaning is increasingly becoming, more professional, okay. You're seeing a lot more guys knocking about with water pole vans, etc., and all this sort of stuff. It's becoming a lot more streamlined, professional, etc. You've seen a lot of companies grow and all this sort of stuff. When I very first started with the water pole, in my area there weren't that many people using it. It was relatively new in this area, and the vast majority of window cleaners didn't even have a livery on their vehicle. I remember when I started, there was a company, there was at least 2 other companies that I was aware of that put liveries on their van, and I decided to put a livery on my van because I wanted to come across as that professional and attract people to me, attract customers, if you like, to me, and it did work. And I think the best way I can describe this is ultimately, if you are a reliable guy or a reliable company, you are the customer is far more likely to accept that the price is going to be that little bit more. They're going to be paying that little bit more, and what they're paying for is ultimately the value, and the value is reliability. You could get a situation where you've got 2 contractors bidding for the same job, and one will charge £100, let's say, for a task. Okay, one guy will charge £100 for that task, and they're not that sort of presentable, if you like. They don't present that professionalism. Guy turns up, he's a bit of a wide boy, what have you, and yeah, I'll put you in the diary and all this sort of, don't worry about it, boy, and all this sort of stuff, and that might be £100. But then on the flip side, that exact same job from another company, might be £150. But how he will differ from the other guy is that he will turn up, be well presented, you know, sort of thing. Always, you know, give it the whole sir. You know, if it's a gentleman at the door, say, "Oh, morning, sir. My name's Chris. I'm from Estuary Cleaning. We spoke on the phone," etc. Stuff like that. It's that you know, that presentation, okay. And if you can put across that presentation that you're a reliable, trustworthy, and honest person, and by extension company that acts with integrity, and you are reliable, you are more likely to be able to get away with charging more to the customer, because the customer will compare you with your competition. And if your competition is equally as professional as you and charges a lower price, they'll say, all right, well, they're both equally professional, but he's cheaper, we'll go with him. But then on the flip side of that, he might charge 100 quid and I might sort of charge 150. But I can put across an image of a professional company that's reliable, that's got, you know, 5-star reviews, etc., and all that sort of good stuff, a reputation for being good and honest and having integrity. I'm in a better position to sort of charge more. And the customer, if the customer is cost oriented, then they're always going to go with the cheaper option. Well, that's fine, that's not a problem. But if you want to ultimately sort of attract customers that are prepared to pay more, then you have to start offering more value. And how can you do that? Well, you know, it's not all about, you know, it's not just about cleaning the wings. It's about the communication. It's about the reliability. It's about the sake of ease that the customer has in dealing with you. So, for argument's sake, you know, we offer bank transfers and all this sort of stuff. The other guy might not, etc. You know, there's any number of ways that you can separate yourself from the competition. And I think what we're seeing, especially with the exterior cleaning, with the window cleaning and all this sort of stuff, is it's becoming an increasingly professional sort of business. I think we're slowly veering away from the idea of a guy with a bucket, you know, for a bit of extra beer money, etc. We're slowly moving away from that to the point now where we've got guys that treat this as, with the respect that it deserves, as a professional sort of business, okay? You know, and that's my take on it anyway. So let me know your thoughts, etc. in the comment section. I will endeavour to try and keep up putting some more videos out. We are extremely busy at the minute, but I'll try and put out some content on Friday, so we'll see where we end up. Keep on keeping on, chaps and chap bests, and I'll see you in the next video. All the very best.